If you've ever heard of 30A, the words amazing, beautiful, luxurious have probably come to your attention. But we're going to give you 15 things today that you likely didn't know about 30A. I'm AJ, and this is
Andrew.
And we're real estate agents right here on the beautiful Emerald Coast.
Before we jump into the content, we want to thank all of our returning subscribers. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate it. And all the reach outs you guys have been doing. We had kind of an influx of calls and emails the last couple of weeks. And then, of course, if you were brand new to our channel, well, thank you. Welcome. And if you're looking to learn everything there is about the Emerald Coast, everything from Pensacola to Panama City Beach and everything in between to include 30A that we're talking about today, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then tickle that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video.
30A is this beautiful stretch of highway that runs parallel to 98 just along the water on our Emerald Coast. And it's known for having some of the most beautiful beaches, architecture, and wildlife in the area.
For those of you that haven't been to 30A yourself, you might not know this one. Number 2 on our list is that 30A was designed very specifically in a lot of areas to have a small town feel to it. Kind of that urban, what do they call it? Urban development style. So it feels like a small town. You're going to feel like you know your neighbors a little bit more, even though it is a bigger area.
Everything that you need is going to be in these areas. You know, like Rosemary Beach, Seaside, Gulf Place. They're going to have everything that you need so that you don't have to get in your car and go anywhere. You can walk, take your bicycle, whatever it is that you prefer to use rather than trying to fight for a parking spot. As if having these gorgeous beaches wasn't enough, the third thing on our list are the parks that 30A encompasses. We've got Grayton Beach and we've also got Topsail. Both of these are wonder and offer camping and also RV parking. You can take a paddleboard out onto the lakes. You can go on hiking trails. Just something to give you something else to do aside from just going to the beach, even though that is amazing.
And get in touch with nature a little bit of a different way. Instead of sand between your toes, it could be dirt on the hiking trails. Number 4 on our list might come as a surprise to you if you've visited down here, and that is that tourism is very popular on 30A, but so are the number of full-time residents living there. So a lot of people come down here to vacation and they just assume that everybody's a tourist, but there's actually a pretty good portion of the population that live here full-time.
And of course, any place that has a lot of tourism is going to need some wonderful shopping, right? So
gotta have souvenirs.
Right. Number 5 on our list is the presence of high-end shopping and dining experiences. Not only are there, regular places that you can eat and feel super comfortable at right after the beach. Maybe you still have some sand on you, just need something real quick. But you can also find some places where you might want to dress up a little bit more. You don't necessarily have to, but you would feel comfortable doing so. Maybe you're visiting or maybe you live here and you'd like to have a date night with your significant other and you would like a reason to dress up. There are plenty of opportunities here for wonderful dining experiences that allow for a higher end dress code, if you will.
And those of you that are seafood lovers, you hear all the time straight from the farm to the table. Well, here on the Gulf Coast, it's straight from the Gulf to the table. You can actually see a lot of times them pulling the fish right off the boats and then throwing them right into the kitchen to cook up for you. So the seafood's amazing. Number 6. Now, this one caught me off guard when I first moved here. Once we started selling out here in the area and I got to know all of this, I was kind of shocked. But 30A has a ton of different codes and things that they have to follow, regulations. And they kind of run the gambit from things like in watercolor, for instance, one of the beaches on 30A, everything needs to be, you guessed it, a watercolor on the building. Whereas like over in Alice Beach, they also require certain paint schemes and certain colors and stuff. But they also have a bunch of other small rules, like you have to have a community space with every building that you put and things like that. So definitely very cool. It's all very good for the community that they do all of this. It gives it that aesthetic look, but it definitely catches a lot of people off guard when they start reading through all the documents and everything when they buy down here.
Definitely, if you're considering building on the 30A area, reach out to us so we can put you in touch with a builder that is very familiar with the different communities because, like Mongo said, all those different codes are going to come with different HOA requirements depending on the area. And you don't want a builder to come in here start charging you for plans and such that you will never ever be able to use. So make sure you get in touch with us so we can help you prevent that.
And speaking of that, we will throw all of our contact information right here on the screen so you can reach out to us. You can call, text, email, throw a carrier pigeon, a paper airplane, whatever you want to do. You can reach out to us however you're most comfortable. But keep in mind, that what's on the screen here is going to be the fastest way. So if you need to pause this, write it down, that's going to be the fastest way to get a hold of us. A lot of people find us in different avenues, and we're just very busy. So sometimes it takes us just a little bit longer to get to you. So feel free to reach out. We'd love to help in any way that we can, even if it's just to answer a few questions.
The seventh thing on our list, it kind of follows along the sixth pretty well, because in addition to the different codes and such, something that 38 is known for is its sort of requirement to maintain this synergistic living between, humans and wildlife. So the dunes are very, very well protected. There are these amazing boardwalks and these walking paths that are held within the residential spaces so that we're able to enjoy the views, enjoy the wildlife, still see the butterflies and the, beautiful birds and such without interfering with them too much. We have our space and they have their space. And 38 does just an incredible job of maintaining that balance so that even though we are kind of encroaching and taking the space, which is beautiful, we're still leaving something to the wildlife and leaving their homes there strictly protected.
Now, for you golfers, number 8 on our list is definitely going to be a big one for you. There are 2 main courses out here in the 38 area, and they are the Camp Creek and Shark's Tooth golf courses. They're both 18 holes. They both offer a little bit of a different variety. Shark's Tooth has a little bit more deeper bunkers, and they both have great clubhouses, and just all around a couple of great courses to go to. I haven't been to either one of these courses personally, but I've seen lots of pictures, and I've got some friends that go out to Shark's Tooth pretty regularly. They tell me all about it. So I'm definitely going to have to go out there and get it soon. If you guys get to it before I do, or you've been at that course, either one of these courses before, put a comment down below. I'd love to chat with you about it and get your opinions.
I've never been golfing.
Really?
Even once.
Oh, it's so much fun.
You might just have to take me because I'm never going to go by myself
Oh,
and try to figure this out. I'm going to make a fool out of myself regardless.
Oh, yeah,
so
I do that too. I do this thing where I go camping, and that's where I hit it into the woods all the time. Some people call it cart golf. I've got like a handicap of like 20 something. So those of you that know anything about golfing, I'm not very good. And it's probably way worse now because I haven't been at all last year. I didn't go at all in 2022, not a single time. So I need to get back in it. Golfing's very fun. It's a nice way to kind of unwind and relax for a few hours and drink some, delicious cold beverages.
Well, that might have to be one of our next trips then.
Yeah.
Number 9 on our list is all the events that actually happen along 30A. And there's something going on 30A all the time.
Yeah, literally almost every weekend.
Yeah, you can find something. You can find some live music. You can find some storytelling, some performances all the time.
Art museum or art gallery style stuff, outside art gallery. I mean, it's just the list goes on and on.
There's always something to do. But then annually, they also have some really big events like the singer-songwriter event in January, and then the wine festival. It is
the wine festival in Alice Beach.
Yes.
It's very kind of exclusive. It sells out very, very early. In fact, it happens late February, and I believe it was sold out early January already. Now, every once in a while, you can get lucky and go there and get a ticket right there on the spot. Last year, we almost jumped in on it. They had a couple of tickets left, but we didn't end up going in there. It is a little bit pricey. It is in Alice Beach after all, but the wine selection and stuff there is amazing.
It's just a great experience. And it's for a really great cause. It benefits the Children's Volunteer Health Network. So if you have a giving spirit and you enjoy some wine, this might be the event for you.
Now, number 10 on our list is just more of a fun one than anything, but 30A is home to a lot of celebrities that you may know. Some of them come down here to vacation. Some of them have vacation homes out here. Some of them just visit every once in a while. Some names are, like some of my favorites, are the country singers, like Luke Bryan and Jason Aldean. I'm a country boy at heart, so those are some of my favorites. And then, of course, you've got some actors and stuff like Tom Cruise and
John Travolta, Peyton Manning.
Oh yeah, Peyton Manning for you guys that like the football stuff.
The football. But if you see these folks out and about, please keep in mind they're trying to enjoy themselves just like you would, and just like you don't want to be out at dinner with your family and have strangers come up to try to hug you or touch your children. Don't do that to these folks because, just like anybody else, if you go to hug someone's child that you've never met before, they might turn into an alligator.
I wonder if that happens to a lot of celebrities. Just people try to hug their kids.
Yeah, I've heard about it happening. That's the only reason I bring it up because I know I would lose my mind if someone came up to me and tried to hug
please don't touch somebody's his kid.
Don't touch the kids.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
The 11th item on our list is the architecture and designs and just the high concentration of different architecture and designs and the presence of just creative minds in general. It's almost like the beauty of 30A, the area, the beach, the wildlife draws the creative minds to our area to develop more beautiful things like the houses and cottages and boardwalks and actual art pieces. You can find some of the most amazing art, usually inspired by 30A, just about everywhere you go on 30A. You can find all kinds of little galleries tucked away and lots of artists that live in the area willing to work commissions for you. It's just lots of artistic abilities are drawn to the area and live there.
Number 12 on our list is not going to be that big of a surprise for somebody that's already visited, but the entire area is designed around a lot of cycling, jogging, and walking, and even golf carts and little buggies and things like that. Even segways, we see segways every once in a while. So the entire area is just kind of centered around that. You can definitely drive anywhere you want to go, but the roads do get a little bit cluttered. And because they've built it in the way that they have built it, most of the time you're really not going to need to jump in your car to go grab something to eat. Almost everything in each one of these small communities is within a relatively easy walking distance. So the only time you'll actually really need to get in your car and go somewhere is when you're going from one beach community into one of the other ones, because some of them do have a little bit of space in between them.
The truly mysterious side of 30A comes when you're kind of walking around on foot or staying in a specific area. Number 13 on our list is all the hidden gems, like the pools that you can't see from the street or the clubhouses that you don't know exist unless you have a map and it shows you where exactly to go. There are some huge pools that people never even know about until they, end up in a vacation stay and the owner or the property manager says, hey, by the way, you have access to this. Or beachfront restaurants that are almost impossible to get to. I'm not going to give them all to you here because we like to save some stuff for the locals. So when you move to the area, you get this VIP pass that lets you know about all the hidden gems of the area that you now have access to as part of the VIP lifestyle that is living on 30A.
One of those little hidden things that I always think about is in Rosemary Beach, you've got those walking and jogging trails, and then they have these little tiny park style things. They kind of look like a park when you're walking up on them, but they're actually like a little workout, right? So you'll be going on the little jog or walk, and then you go and it's like, oh cool, here's a little push-up station and a dip station. Then you go to the next one and it's like, here's a pull-up bar and whatever. So kind of a neat little thing that when you're just driving around, you would have no idea that that's what they are. Number 14 on our list, and probably one of my favorite ones on the entire list, is there's a high number of vacation rentals, whether this is a beach cottage, whether it's, a 14-bedroom home right on the Gulf of Mexico with beautiful views and an infinity pool, or even a condominium. There are tons of options for vacation rentals. Those of you that have come down here on vacation probably already know this, but for those of you looking for an investment, there are some killer investments out here that can definitely make you some good money.
And be an amazing place to visit yourself as a second home. Have it already set up, put your specific dates in each year prior to allowing anyone to book it. You don't have to worry about what it's going to cost, where you're going to go, whether your family will fit. Your dates are locked in. Good
Write
to
it
go.
all off too while you're coming down here. Make sure you fix something while you're down here. That's one of the big benefits of having a short-term rental is that when you come out here and fix stuff, you can write off most of your expenses for the entire trip, which is pretty cool. Of course, talk to your CPA. This is not legal advice. Oh, and of course, just one more quick shameless plug. All of our contact information is on the screen. If you do want to buy a vacation rental or just want to discuss it or have us run numbers for you, we can definitely do that as well.
The last item on our list, number 15, is for all the nature lovers out there. We've got all kinds of wonderful wildlife. You guys know I'm all about this part of it. Everything that's outside, I'm like, take me there. The blue herons that stand like 4 feet tall.
They're so tall.
They're so tall. They'll look you straight in the face if you're my size. Or they'll
look
be
me in the belly
waist.
button.
Or We've got like some gopher tortoises. They're huge. And sea turtles. You've got hundreds of year-old oaks. You've got these multi-trunked scrub oaks. It's just beautiful out here. Everywhere you look, there's something amazing to be seen, whether it's moving, you know, because it's on four legs, or if it's just standing still because it's got trunks and roots. It's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Bring your camera, not just the one on your phone, but like an actual camera. If you want to take some real memories home with you, far better than anything that you're going to get at a souvenir shop.
And the best part about this is because of that dynamic between the humans, the humans, but
those people
between the communities and the wildlife, as we talked about before, how they're trying to create like kind of a synergistic thing there. It's everywhere around you. So they're not demolishing areas and getting rid of all this wildlife. They're actually engulfing that as part of the experience. So it's just absolutely just so cool.
If you have any questions about the area, maybe you're considering a move or a purchase in the area and you want to know about the different communities along 30A and which one's going to suit your lifestyle and personality best, all of our contact information is on the screen and of course will be the most effective and efficient way to get in touch with either one of us. So whenever you do reach out, if we're not able to take the call right then and there, one of our administrative assistants will absolutely take the call and get you in touch with us just as soon as possible. We'll see you guys at the next one.